All right, so in this video, what I want to do is talk about the 5 ways you'll know that it's time to quit gig work. And then stick with me because I'm also going to show you the path forward, and that's at quitgigwork.com. All right, so let's get right into it. The first way, and not the number one way, but the top of my list anyway, is the the way that you know that it's time to quit gig work is because you keep thinking about it. You've thought about it more than one time. You've thought about quitting a whole bunch of times. I mean, you've even shouted it out loud. I ain't doing this crap no more. I ain't doing it. And then next thing you know, you're just like me, back out there hustling again, and cussing and swearing when things don't go right. And yeah, so I know what that's like. But there's a message in that for yourself. When I had a regular job, I was like, and I knew I was fed up with it and it was time to move on. I mean, I didn't really question that message to myself. It was time to move on. I don't know what keeps us in this grind, and we just stick with it over and over again. So if you're saying to yourself, it's time for me to quit gig work, then you need to go to quitgigwork.com. All right, so the second way. The second way is when, you know that your body is, it's really taking a toll on your body. Your back is hurting all the time. You're sitting in the car for long hours, eating a lot of fast food, and you're not getting really good sleep, and you feel burnt out, and your body is just it's telling you, this is not sustainable. You cannot keep abusing me like this. You just can't do it. All right, well, maybe you're young and you haven't really reached that point yet, but me at 60, yeah, I've been feeling it here for at least the last few years here, a couple years. I've been feeling it. And part of that is because, during COVID, I worked 7 days a week, and I did that consistently for for a long period of time. And I was happy to make all that money, but man, did it take a toll on my body. So that's the second way. The third way that you know that it's time to quit gig work is when you panic every time your car makes a noise. Oh my God, what's going? Oh my God, if something goes wrong with my car, I can't work. If I can't work, I can't make any money, and I can't have anything go wrong with my car. I mean, and then you're planning and scheming. What am I going to do? But am I going to have to go rent a car? What am I going to have to do so I can keep working? So it's yeah, when you get to the point where you're panicking every time your car makes a noise and you're afraid you're going to get a flat tire, then it's really time to quit gig work. And you got to go and check out quitgigwork.com. So the fourth way that you know that it's time to move on from gig work is because you just come to this realization that it's just 1 week into the next and nothing's really changing, and you're not really building anything. You're just surviving, and it's a money flow. You see the money flowing, and it's coming in and going out just as quickly. I mean, it's hard to even keep up. So it's kind of you're just in survival mode. I mean, you're just going from day to day, and sometimes you're cashing out at the end of the day because you want to keep gas in the car, and you got some bill to pay or something, and it's just, yeah, that's a good way to know that it's time to move on from gig work, because it's not sustainable, it's not scalable, and all you're ever going to do is trade time for money. And it's actually almost worse than a job because you have no benefits and no backup plan, none whatsoever. Not that I'm recommending going and get a regular job, but that's just how it is. So if if you're feeling that way, it's probably time to quit gig work and go to quitgigwork.com. So here's the fifth and final reason, probably maybe one of the most important, is that when people talk to you about what you do, you're secretly feeling embarrassed that you do gig work. Oh, I do Amazon Flex and Instacart. And I do DoorDash, And I know a lot of you don't fit into that category because a lot of people have like regular jobs, and then but you probably don't mention too much about doing the gig work. You know what I mean? Like, it's almost an embarrassment. But here's the thing, is that without gig work, we probably wouldn't have any other way to make any money, because we don't get enough hours at our job, we don't get enough opportunity at our job, no advancement, and it's definitely not covering everything. So we've got to come up with ways to make more money, and the only way that we really know how to make money is by working by the hour, trading our time for it. We go into a job and you work a certain number of hours and they pay you. You work for a salary based on a certain number of hours you put in per week. And, we kind of figure that if we do gig work, we're, putting out enough time and we'll average a certain amount of money. And that's but really, when you are feeling secretly embarrassed about sharing what you do about gig work to make extra money, then it's time to quit gig work. I'm sorry, but it's time to go to quitgigwork.com. So what is quitgigwork.com? Well, it's a way for you to learn how to create a residual, passive, almost autopilot income, and it's the best side hustle of 2025. And beyond. I just think that it's going to be the new norm. If you really want to build a passive residual income that can eclipse whatever you're making at your job, whatever you're making in gig work, then you need to get into this, because you don't have to put any more time into it, because you just position yourself as a member, and then, well, the rest of it works on autopilot, because it's a system that's helping people that don't have a lot of time, but also don't have a lot to invest. And it's a low cost, low risk. It's so low risk that if you stick with it for 3 months and you pay your membership, if you're not in profit mode and covering your membership by the end of that 3 months, you don't have to keep paying your membership. And yet at the same time, they will keep working to help you get into profit mode. It's an amazing, amazing system. And it's why I'm in it, amongst other things, and I'm all in. So I can keep doing gig work, which is fine, but now I've got something building on the side that's going to totally replace my gig earnings. And if I had a regular job, it'd be replacing that at some point. And it's just the best thing going on out there. So click on the link in the description or in the pinned comments, and it's quitgigwork.com. See you on the next video.